Hey everybody, NegroVMX here, and here I am starting a new Let's Play, and this is Ys, the Oath in Felghana. Now, just to explain a few things before I start, we already did Ys 1 and 2. Ys 1 was, of course, Ancient Ys, Omen Vanished, and then Ys 2 is Ancient Ys, Omen, the final chapter. The third game, which was originally released on PC and a bunch of consoles, there was most famously the TurboGrafx version, and it was also released on Super NES and Genesis, and there was even a Famicom version. And it was an all-side-scrolling game. It was called Ys 3. I almost said the Dawn of Ys. It was Ys 3: Wanderers from Ys. And this is the remake version of it, which was released on PC and PlayStation 2, PSP, bunch of consoles. I had it on the PSP, but this is the PC version. It's called The Oath in Felghana, and it's not any longer a side-scrolling action RPG. It is more like the first two games, and it's actually based on the engine from Ys 6. So the reason I chose to do this one instead of one of the many versions of Wanderers from Ys, even though I love the whole side-scrollingness of the original, is there's a lot more game in this one. I love this piano. Oh my god. Fucking beautiful title screen music. But they expanded it quite a lot. There's a lot more game to it. The one bad thing about Wanderers from Ys, even though it's a fantastic fucking game, is that it's a bit on the short side. The other thing is that story-wise, this does take place after Ys 4. The only reason that I didn't decide to go ahead and do Ys 4 first is, well, I'm not really doing the story order. Otherwise, I would have started with the Origin. And the other is because, like, I don't know what version of 4 that I want to do anyway. I mean, the Super Nintendo version was not, like, extremely good. The TurboGrafx version is not in English. The PlayStation 2 version is not in English. And the Vita version is spectacular. And I have it, but I don't have a way of recording it for you guys. But we'll figure that out when the time comes. Let's start a new game. Let's do it right now. Why am I not? Oh, right. Okay. So we'll play on normal. Move my mouse out of the way. Ys, the Oath in Felghana. There's Adel and Dogi. Well, Adel, here we are. This is Felghana. This is the first one that really establishes them as best friends, because Dogi had a very minor role in 1, and he wasn't in 2. And 4, which takes place before this, there was another character that was kind of like Dogi, but Dogi wasn't actually in it other than like a little cameo. So I was hoping we'd get a little earlier. I was hoping we'd get here a little earlier in the day, but I wasn't expecting the waters to be so rough. Still, this place does bring back memories. Hard to believe it's really been 8 years since I left. So he would have been 10 when he left. Or actually, I kind of assume that Dogi's a little bit older than Adel. Adel, in this game, I believe he's 18. And Dogi, he might be like 19 or 20. But I always thought that Dogi was maybe a little bit older than him. But yeah, Dogi would have been very young when he left Felghana. There's Margot, I always called her Mams, an old gardener. Not to mention Chester and Elena. I wonder how they're doing after all this time. Oh man, what the hell happened here? This monument's dedicated to the god of safe journeys. Oh, and by the way, I did consider doing the PSP version of this, but I bought it on Steam just to have it, so I figured why not do the Steam version. It's a relic of the old religion, from when people believed that spirits existed even in stuff that wasn't alive. I just don't get why anyone would deface it like this, though. I guess maybe the rumors really are true. Shit's going down. What was that? It came from over there. Hey, wait up, Adel! Damn it, left behind again. Oh, no way. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! What the hell are monsters doing in Felghana? Monsters? Here? What are they doing this close to town? Gotta love the music in these games. Chester. There's Adel. Okay, so, attacks, there's all sorts of things you can do, but it's pretty easy to figure out. problem. Some more. And then there's boost mode, which I'm not really worried about right now. Once I have it, I might as well use it. Makes the already insanely powerful Adol even more crazy. I can't get at that pink little potion, but oh well. It's just a boost. Excuse me. Thank you very much for saving me. You're a traveler, aren't you? Are you hurt at all? Please, I'm Adol. Hey! Are you alright, Adol? Right when you ran off, I got attacked by monsters, too. I'd like to know what the hell those things are doing in Felghana. Whoops, excuse me. I guess they must have been after you. Are you okay, miss? You don't look like you're hurt, at least. Huh? What's wrong? Something on my face? Am I, like, covered in monster gore? We should probably get moving and head into town before we're attacked again. I can't say I recognize your face, but you've got to live in Redmond, I figure. Dogi? I knew it! I must be dreaming. Dogi, you're actually back. What have you been doing all this time? Breaking walls, mostly. Hey, hold on a second now. You obviously know me, but do I know you? How can you even say that? You, me, and my brother used to play together all the time when we were kids. Don't you dare tell me you've forgotten. Oh, no way! When I last saw you, you were just a skinny little tomboy. Well, that was 8 years ago. I'm 17 now. Man, you sure are. Jeez, Dogi, calm the fuck down. I'm sorry, where are my manners? It's nice to meet you, and again, thank you very much for your help. My name is Elena. Elena Stoddard. In my time, I've wandered everywhere. This is the one part of this game that hasn't aged well, these awkward CG. Around this world, hope would always be there. The anime scenes look great, but this really janky-ass early PS2 era CG is just not aged well at all. There's this fly buzzing around that's driving me crazy. Yes! Yep, and Felghana. Now this part looks cool. When they stop trying to be all 3D and realistic and it goes to that stylized kind of anime look to it. See all these characters that the sound is skipping a little, but whatevs. You see all these characters that are going to be important later on. And all these locations, the volcano, the mine, the ruins. Of course, the castle. Chester. That's another thing. If you've played Wanderers from East, and like Chester was like one of the primary antagonists, but you never actually got to fight him. But in this, they actually had a boss battle against Chester, which is pretty cool. So if anybody's watching that actually has not played this, but they've played Wanderers from East, you're going to see that this is a fantastic remake. Doesn't take anything away from the original. The original is still a fantastic game, but this is just, they did a great job remaking it. I haven't played this in a while. I played it a little bit when I booted it up before I started recording. I played just kind of like a speed run up until the ruins, just to sort of get used to it. I put it on easy and I just kind of zoom through just to check it out and how it plays, but ready to go. always thought this was a rather amusing scene. I think it looks fantastic on PC. Elena, where have you been? You had me worried sick staying out so... Wow. Worried sick staying out so late. His worried stick. I'm sorry, Mr. Gardner. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. It's okay, Elena. As long as you're all right, we'll pretend this never happened. So who are you two friends? I believe I recognize either one of them. Look a little closer. You'll get in a sec. Huh? Hey there, Gardner. Still standing at the gate like always, I see. Wait. Dogi, is that really you? Yeah, I guess I've been a little out of touch. Sorry. My favorite little troublemaker has come home. Where you been all this time? And what have you been up to? Well, you know, wandering, killing monsters, saving the world, the usual. Anyway, I brought a pal of mine along. Go on, Adel, introduce yourself. And Adel, of course, never talks. He talks, but they don't tell you what he says. Adel introduced himself to Gardner. An adventurer, eh? Well, that's certainly a rarity. But from the looks of that sword on your belt, I can tell you're no amateur. No, he's quite remarkable. I was attacked by monsters just now, and he came right to my rescue. Is that a fact? Well, then you have my thanks, good sir. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That's the problem with gate duty. You miss all the real trouble out in the field. It does raise a point worth discussing, though. Why are there monsters here in the first place? We'd heard rumors that Felghana has fallen on hard times, but I had no idea it had gotten so bad. Yeah, things certainly aren't looking up these days. It's been pretty bad for about a year now. We're rarely visited by anyone anymore as a result. No travelers, no merchants. Man, that sucks. Well, it's getting late. You could tell me all about where you've been and what you've done come morning. For now, you should head in and get some sleep. I bet you're exhausted after all you've been through. And as a result of the game being longer and more fleshed out, it's not quite as grindy as the original. It's still a little grindy, because all Ys games are, but not quite as much. This place sure hasn't changed much either. I used to live and work at this inn when I was a kid. I owe Mams a lot for looking after me back then. Hey, Lena, go get Chester, would you? I haven't seen him in so long, and we can have a reunion party we can't have a reunion party if everyone's not here. I'm sorry, he's not in town right now. What? Aw, no way. Oh well, what can you do? He's probably pretty busy. I'm afraid I'll be taking my leave for the night as well. My long absence likely had a few people worried, so I really should let them know I'm okay. Yeah, go ahead. We'll be fine here for the night. We're probably going to hang out a little before we go to bed. By the way, are you and Chester still living with the mayor? Oh no, he and I have a house on the edge of town now. It's just... Something wrong? Oh, it's nothing, really. I guess I'll be off then. It was nice to meet you, Adol, and good to see you again, Dogi. I know you two must be tired from your journey. Please take it easy and get some rest, okay? She's acting kind of strange. Probably just been a rough day for her. Man, though, she sure has filled out nicely, and she's got that whole childhood friend thing going for her, too. Calm down, Dogi. Who am I kidding, though? She's gonna fall for you, not for me. That's always how it goes. Yeah, let's just get inside. I love the graphics in this game. Dogi? I can't believe it. It's really you. My little nightmare's come home. Now look at those muscles. You've grown so big. Last time I saw you, you were just a pudgy little brat. Yeah, it's me. I'm back. You're looking well. You know, I haven't heard a peep out of you since you left. Would it be so much to ask for some kind of contact, a letter at least, if you couldn't visit? Oh, I'm sorry, Mams. Well, I always figured you'd do all for yourself. It certainly is nice to see you back safely, though. And you're a friend of Dogi's, then? Adol gave his name and explained that he had been traveling with Dogi for quite some time. I see. Well, thank you for looking after our little wayward wanderer. Unfortunately, you've arrived at a pretty bad time. Lots of unpleasant business going on lately. But still, happy events like these are rare, so I intend to enjoy this while I can. Ma'ams, you two boys must be hungry. Let me fix you up a nice big meal. You better clean your plates if you know it's good for you. I'm sure they will. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom... So then, how's the investigation coming along? You have nothing to worry about, my lord. We have already confirmed their locations. The Tigray Quarry, the Ilburn's Ruins, and the Sacred Mountains of Eldar. All that now remains is to organize the men and begin our search in earnest. Excellent, excellent. Once I possess what I seek, my might and majesty will be known far and wide. Indeed, perhaps my homeland could lay claim to all of Europe. Either way, this certainly should be an enjoyable undertaking, wouldn't you agree? In your hands, my lord. I'm certain that dreams will become a reality. Ha! Indeed it will. Indeed it will. I leave the search in your hands. Make certain it continues without interruption. I expect good news forthwith. You do me great honor. I pledge you my success, Lord McGuire. I shall see to it that your faith in me is not misplaced. Damn fly. Meow, 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 meow. So, Adel, while I'm here, I think I'm gonna swing by the Elder Mountains for a bit to visit my old master. He's the one who taught me everything I know about fighting back when I was a kid. If anyone would know the reason for all the monsters showing up around here, he'd be the one. I won't be gone long, though. You should relax and tour the town. It's a really nice place. If you have any questions, you can ask Elena. She said her house was on the outskirts of town, so I'm sure it won't be too hard to find. I'm off for now. See you later, buddy. You walking with his tits. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't think there's anybody in here. Oh, there is. There's this guy. Oh, hey, you're the guy who took the room next door last night, aren't you? You got some guts, I'll say. Certainly not tourist season in Felghana right now. Name's Antonio. I'm here on business from the Roman Empire. Have you heard about a thing called gravel ore? It's a really high-quality rock mineral native to this region, and it's also the reason I'm here. You could talk to me. Don't get me wrong, I'm as interested in the next guy and all the old legends and historic landmarks and such. And like anyone else, Felghana's got a fair share of buried treasure stories, but gravel ore, that's the real deal. Go around talking to people. You're Adel. Margot told me about you. She says you're a close friend of Dogi's, and an adventurer no less. Well, you certainly picked quite a time to come to Felghana. Plenty of bad tidings these days. Strange weather's been wreaking havoc with our harvest, and monsters have been running around all over the place. Nobody knows what's next, and nobody really wants to know. Count yourself lucky that you're just visiting. Dogi and Chester used to be such good friends, and would always climb the mountain trails at Eldorm together. And every time they did, I'd get stuck tending shop in here until they returned. Usually you could talk to people twice like that. Thanks to Count McDumbass, I come all the way here from Garmin for no damn reason at all. Got something on your mind, Red? You ain't gonna try to make me stop drinking, are you? You better not. This bottle's the only front I got. Ah, what the hell, man. This was supposed to be my big break. Heard I can go right from 0 to hero. I should probably look at that, see if it's important. Oh. Okay, it's not important, but I do want to answer her real quick. Alright! Good morning. Did you sleep well? I guess Dogi's already gone out, Lord knows where. Still can't ever sit still, that boy, even after all these years. He's grown the muscles of a man, but he's still got the head of a hyperactive little brat. He hasn't gotten you into trouble during your travels, has he? Actually, he busted me out of jail a couple times. Dogi was such a rabble-rouser as a kid, always up to no good. When Chester first moved here, the two of them were constantly fighting. They'd beat each other black and blue one minute and then go out and play the next. Lovable little scamps, though. Sounds about right. Let's go to Elena's house. Let's suck in this direction. I'm gonna explore everything, but I want to start here. Oh, good morning, Adel. Is Dogi not with you today? Adel explained that Dogi had gone to visit his old master in the Elder Mountains. Oh, that's... well, it's not very nice of him, to be honest. He hasn't even shown you around yet. But that's Dogi for you. 8 years ago, he suddenly decided he simply had to go on a journey of self-discovery. To become a man, he said. Hey, Elena, I don't mean to alarm you, but there's a bird above your bed. I wasn't fond of the idea myself, but Chester sternly opposed it. The two of them got into quite a scuffle. They did make up right as Dogi was about to leave, though. To be honest, I have something I need to tell Dogi. Remember yesterday when I said Chester was out of town? Well, that's true, but he actually hasn't been back in over 6 months. He left a note for me on the day he vanished. It just said, I won't be back for a while. I haven't heard anything from him at all since then, not a word. I'm not sure how to tell Dogi after he came all this way. Sorry, I don't mean to dump all my apprehensions on you. When he gets back, I guess I'll have to give it to him straight. I bet he'd like to give it to you straight. I'm sure Dogi will take the news well after he's been seen and done with you. After all he's seen and done with you. There. As well as he can, anyway. Actually, if you're wondering, that's why I left town last night. I heard that Chester might be passing through. Of course, it was just a rumor, and I should have known that, but I couldn't bring myself not to go. As a result, you had to come and save me, and I made everybody worry. I can be such a child sometimes. I need to grow up. I know I do. Alright, well, I'm actually going to stop here, and in the next video we'll continue to explore the town. I'll see you real soon with more Ys, the Oath, and Felghana.